So a single meme coin just possibly became crypto's biggest threat and maybe its biggest opportunity all at once. So I'm going to talk about the dark side of the Trump token that nobody's really talking about at this point. But unless you've been sleeping under a log for the past 12 to 16 hours, you probably know that a brand new token was launched by President Donald Trump, or at least by his administration. And it is skyrocketing in value and completely dividing the crypto space. Funny thing is, when it initially launched, people were going back and forth as to whether it was legitimate or not. And you had people saying there's no way his account was hacked, this is completely fake, avoid it. Then you had others saying, well, I don't know, it seems like something Trump would do. And then you had the internet sleuths that were diving into it and seeing that the hosting provider was the same as his NFT collection, or that the people that created the website were similar to the ones that did the previous stuff. As time went on, more and more started believing that, hey, this is actually real, because for one, it wasn't being taken down. It was posted on Trump's actual account on multiple platforms. So here we are 16 hours later, and this Trump token is, I think as of last check, a top 10 crypto overnight in fully diluted value, which is insane. Anyways, before we dive into the video, I need you to pause and think about your first experience with crypto. Was it educational or was it sustainable? Maybe was it you jumping in on a meme coin, a crazy moonshot that someone told you about and you hope to get rich overnight like so many people do? Because last night, thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people just had their first experience with crypto probably. And they're coming to us wondering what's going on. And I experienced this last night and this morning with people asking me what's going on with this. And I really didn't even know what to tell them at first. And the longer it went on, I still didn't know what to tell them because it was valued at 10 billion, 20 billion and climbing. So we're talking about a token that exploded into the top 30 cryptocurrencies faster than any asset in history. And like I said, currently, I think it's in the top 10 fully diluted value, and not during the NFT craze, now. In 2025, 3 days before Trump is set to take office. And when most people thought the meme coin era was either behind us or dying out or completely dead. But here's what kind of keeps me up at night. The volume we're seeing, it's coming from political supporters and first-time crypto buyers who don't understand the risks that they're taking. And the reason why I know this is because I've experienced it so many times firsthand. Friends coming to me asking, hey, what's the deal with this? And during the last cycle, and before that, when meme coins or NFTs were just all the craze, people were asking and coming to me, and no matter what I did, I couldn't persuade some of them to stay away or avoid the risks. And I could say right now, I've got friends who have no interest in coming back to crypto because of it and think it is a complete scam. And I can't blame them. How many other people out there do you think had a similar experience? All due to meme coins and stuff exactly like what happened last night. But what are your thoughts? Are you pro-Trump coin, anti-Trump coin? You think it's a net negative or net positive for the industry? I'm really curious to know. Let me know down in the comments what your thoughts on all this are. Anyways, this isn't just about politics or profits anymore. It's about the responsibility we have as an industry to protect and even educate the newcomers in the space. And that brings me to the most dangerous part of this whole situation, because it's even being covered by major news outlets at this point, and it's all over social media. But I really didn't even know what to tell them, honestly, because it was at 30 billion fully diluted value last time I looked. Can it go higher? Sure. Can it completely dump and wreck people? 100%, especially when people don't have any idea about tokenomics or how any of this stuff operates. And for those of us that do, you'll see that 80% is held by Trump and or his insiders. However that works, still kind of a little unclear about the tokenomics, to be honest. But you think all the people that just discovered this for the first time last night and have no experience in crypto know anything about tokenomics? No, of course not. They just see something that's up 20,000% and they're like, oh, I got to get in now. So these people weren't asking about blockchain tech, and they weren't interested in decentralization or security. They were asking what's going on with this Trump token, and some of them, how do I buy it as quickly as possible without any knowledge of it at all? And last cycle, I had a buddy who jumped in heavy on meme coins and got absolutely wrecked, lost far too much money on them, and wouldn't listen to a thing I said just because he had other friends doing the same thing, and one of them actually got lucky and struck it big. So he thought he could do the same. Well, he wasn't one of the lucky ones. He got absolutely wrecked, and he had no interest in coming back to the space until this morning when he asked me about Trump again and how he can get involved. I didn't know what to tell him. But I have other friends in his same exact situation that have no interest in ever coming back because they think it's a total scam. How can we blame them? My father-in-law thinks the same thing. And no matter how much I try and tell him otherwise and explain the technology behind it and everything else, all he points to is stuff like this. And how can I blame him? People aren't buying because they understand or believe in the technology. They're buying because of FOMO and because of political loyalty. Does that really make sense? I guess that's up to you to decide. But when you combine the fastest crypto adoption we've ever seen with the lowest level of user education we've ever seen, you're looking at a potential catastrophe that could scare people away from crypto for years. And like I said, I know this firsthand because I have plenty of people in my life that will never touch it. Now, before you write this off as just another meme coin pump and dump, consider the bigger implications. For years, many have been working to build the legitimacy in this space with massive lawsuits and going up against governments and the SEC. They're pushing for sensible regulation, creating educational resources, building real use cases that still haven't really caught on, but it's there and people are building towards it. There's a true technological innovation in the entire space. And blockchain is about so much more than cryptocurrency because of it. Yet in one night, a meme coin has dominated the narrative. Even major news outlets are already covering this. They're not covering smart contract innovation or DeFi developments. They're covering Trump coin, and not in a good way either. Think about how it looks to regulators who are already skeptical of crypto, or think about institutional investors that are watching from the sidelines. They probably think our entire industry is a total joke, and can you blame them? Every pump like this gives ammunition to crypto critics who claim this industry is nothing but speculation and manipulation, and I really can't blame them. But here's where things do get kind of interesting too. There may be a tiny silver lining in all this. Remember how everyone said crypto was too complicated for mainstream adoption, that people would never figure out wallets and dexes? Well, we just watched a lot of people kind of overcome these technical barriers overnight, to an extent, not completely, but somewhat. This proves that when people are motivated enough, they can and they will learn to use crypto technology, which is great. The infrastructure that's being built does work, and the onboarding tools to an extent do function. We just have a little bit of work to do on cleaning them up. The question is, though, can we redirect the energy and attention towards more sustainable and legitimate use cases? That's the million-dollar question. And after diving deep into this, I have to be honest, while there's a glimmer of hope in seeing mainstream crypto adoption, the potential damage to Web3's reputation and to even individual investors far outweighs the benefits in my opinion. The real challenge now isn't price action or trading volume, it's about what we as a community do next. Will we let it become another black mark on crypto's rep? Or will we use it as a wake-up call to hopefully build better resources and tools to educate the people coming in and to provide a better onboarding experience? Because this is not it, I can tell you that. Drop your thoughts in the comments below because I'd love to hear what your thoughts are.